you are boxing fans. I love a trash talking. I don't know about you guys, but I just love a bit of trash talking. We all do, don't lie. We love trash talking. And Tony Bellew, Nathan Cleverly, they've been trash talking each other for a little while. The police were called into their last press conference in Cardiff, and that's always a good sign. When the police get called in, it's always a good sign. You know you're gonna get two fighters in the ring that are, you know, want to kill each other. So let's hope no one dies though. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. I apologise. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's for the WBO light heavyweight title. And let's first start with Nathan Cleverly. I'm going to tell you how I feel for Nathan Cleverly, what my opinions are on him. I think he gets hit too much. I'm sorry to say, you know, I think he's more naturally talented than Tony Bellew, but he just gets hit too much. He doesn't use his height and his reach. You know, he's quite a lanky, tall lad, and he doesn't use it to its benefits. You know, he doesn't use. He's more naturally gifted, more naturally talented than Tony Bellew, but he doesn't use his natural talents to their best. If I could make an sort of an example of another fighter, is Paul Williams, the middleweight. You know, he again is very tall, good reach. You want him to go out there and box his opponents, like I'd like to see Nathan Cleverly do, but he gets in close like Nathan Cleverly does and gets into a bit of a scrap and starts trading shots with his opponents, and he sort of bends down when he's fighting and gets in close, so the reach is gone. Once he gets in close, he's not, you know, that reach is gone, and he's not using his reach. And we all know what happened to Paul Williams. He got in close, and Sergio Martinez knocked him the fuck out. And I'm sorry to say, but I think if Nathan Cleverly keeps on getting into scraps, wants to entertain the crowd, wants to fight this way, sooner or later he's going to get in the ring with a big hitter. If you look at his record at the moment, he hasn't really fought any big hitters. And the last guy he fought for the WBO light heavyweight title, that Polish chap, you know, I can't remember what round it was in, but he dazed him a little bit. You know, Nathan Cleverly got a bit dazed. He got a bit, you know, he got stunned. He got stunned by a shot. He recovered, but he got stunned. And that Polish chap, I think he had about 5 knockouts in his record. So, you know, if he's getting stunned by that, what happens when he gets in the ring with a bigger hitter? Tony Bellew is a big hitter. He's a big hitter, but I don't think he's naturally gifted as Nathan Cleverly is. But he's still got that power, and it'll be interesting to see if he does land with a big shot on Nathan Cleverly, what would happen. I think he's got something like 70% knockout percentage, so you know that, you know, he's a powerful puncher. Tony Bellew has been, I think, knocked down 4 times in his pro career. He's got a very good amateur career, but if you look at his pro career, he's been knocked down 4 times. And I remember him being knocked down twice against Oliver McKenzie. Oliver McKenzie isn't the biggest hitter also, so you know, he can get knocked down too. I don't see this fight going to points. I'm seeing somebody getting knocked out or TKO'd. Reach. Let's talk about reach, because I think Nathan Cleverly's got like 74-inch reach, where Tony Bellew's got 80-inch reach. You know, he's got a much more reach than Nathan Cleverly. So yeah, you know, you got to take that into consideration. But I think Nathan Cleverly will outwork Tony Bellew. You know, he works at quite a high work rate. Both fighters, I think, are going to go at each other. You know, they both aren't the quickest on their feet. You know, I think no one's going to be really moving around the ring trying to get away. I think they're just going to both go at each other. They both like a scrap, and you know, Nathan Cleverly doesn't have that much power in his punch. He got stunned by this Polish geezer. Tony Bellew has got power in his punch. Again, I said Tony Bellew has been dropped 4 times. So I don't see this kind of points. I think Nathan Cleverly will outwork Tony Bellew in there. He's got pretty quick hands too, Nathan Cleverly, and I just think he'll outwork him in there and stop him. Maybe TKO victory, maybe 8th, 9th round. That's how I see it anyway. But how I said, Nathan Cleverly, box your opponents. Box your opponents. You've got that height, you got pretty good reach, and how I said, you ain't really got that much power. So getting in close and getting into war with someone, especially getting into war with someone who's got power, is it a smart thing to do? Is it a smart thing to do? I'm not too sure. I think Nathan Cleverly is more naturally gifted and more naturally talented than Bellew, and I think he'll just outwork him and win by a TKO. But I wouldn't be surprised if I'm giving Tony Bellew a puncher's chance. I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Bellew landed one of his bombs and Nathan Cleverly went down. How I said, it's a bit like the Paul Williams thing. Paul Williams he's tall, lanky, got a very good reach, but also Paul Williams gets himself into a war, gets in close, takes away that reach advantage. He likes to bend down like Nathan Cleverly when he's fighting and takes away the height advantage. And we all saw what happened to Paul Williams. He's never recovered really from that knockdown. I think his last fight was against Lara, and he looked pretty bad in that. So that's how I see it. I'm going for Nathan Cleverly win, TKO win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Bellew landed a big shot and knocked him out. And how I said, if Nathan Cleverly doesn't sort himself out, if he doesn't change his style, sooner or later he's going to get knocked out or TKO'd. Nathan Cleverly, TKO victory, that's what I'm going for.